Hello and welcome to the Ant-Man channel. It is Wednesday, the 18th of December 2013, and I totally did that off of memory, so I am proud of myself today. I have an article in front of me from WND.com, and it is it's a day old, but this is a front page article if you want to go check it out for yourself. And anyone complaining about me not giving you a link, I always tell you where I get it from. Don't be lazy. You know, I know it's a click away when you give them the link, but hey, I'm reading it to you anyway. So if you're gonna take the time with me, I appreciate that. That's cool. God bless you, and I hope you get something out of this. General, Americans must confront Obama's tyranny. It is time to recall the reprobates, reclaim the power of the people. What is the sovereignty of the U.S.? It is the people. We are sovereign in this country, not the people that are in charge of, let's say, legislature or judging legislature or executive power and vetoing bills and whatnot. Those people don't have power over us. We have power over them. But in a society where you are dumbed down and you are told to not use your voice, or the typical gangster culture mentality is you don't tell the truth. You have to be scared about everything all the time and shut up and just shut up and be scared about everything and don't tell on anybody or you're a snitch. Well, my livelihood's on the line and my peace and my pretty much my freedom. So I guess you could call me a snitch if that's what you want to call me, but I'm going to tell you what's real and what's not, my friend. I'm going to expose the darkness with the light that I have in me that was pretty much given to me by the Lord, and I'm going to use it to expose the darkness. And you might not like me because I'm a Christian, and I'm like salt too. I'm irritable. I'm really irritated. But I preserve justice. I preserve the Word of God. I preserve it in my being. But anyways, you guys should know this. We're salt and light, so therefore, darkness don't like us at all. So hey, I'm not surprised. You gotta, not everyone in life's gonna like you, so you gotta pick something, right? I mean, don't go toward the atheistic way. Come to the Christian, come to Christ, man, because He's offering you hope. He's offering you peace. He's offering you faith. He's offering you good things. What does the atheist lifestyle offer you? No purpose, nothing. You know what I mean? There's no fixed meaning in words. There's just no absolute truth. We're just pigs and monkeys having, we're the product of a pig and a monkey having sex with each other in their philosophy. Whatever, I'm just going to get on with this. Bob Under wrote this, and it is time. So, impeachment isn't really a solution to America's woes under President Obama, as Vice President Joe Biden and Obama advisor Valerie Jarrett are waiting in the shadows, according to a prominent critic of Washington. No one really wants to consider a revolution either, so what is the nation to do to save itself from the tyrannical centralized rule developing under Obama? Well, that is the thing that the Founding Fathers actually warned us about. They didn't want an administrative state and a centralized government. That's why they invented the three branches of government that are supposed to check each other. But nowadays it's manipulated through corporations and special interests. So now it's not really them thinking for themselves, but really, they are thinking for themselves, but not for your best interest. They're thinking for their best interest. And it's usually to line their pockets and just get along with everybody. Hey, let's just get along, but screw everybody at the same time. So, hey, as long as we're just getting along, liberals, right? Let's just get along and hold hands and sing Kumbaya and everything's fine. A vote of no confidence, according to the founder of Stand Up America, an organization that provides education resources for leaders and activists based on the values of the Founding Fathers. Good for them. Clearly, America has lost confidence and no longer trusts those in power at the most critical time in our history, writes retired Major General Paul Vallely. It is true that not all who ply the halls of power fit under that broad brush, but most of them are guilty of many egregious acts, and we say it is time to hold a vote of no confidence. It's time for a recall. Yeah. But we the people are the ones that need to get back to self-government. We need to have this call of duty to want to be involved with our communities. If there's no desire for us to get involved and to really reach out and do what we're supposed to do, then the government's going to control us. That's just how it is. it's like George Washington said, it's a really burdensome, very worrious thing to be into politics. But what is the price that you're willing to pay for freedom? You know, a lot of people died in the revolution. A lot of people died for the name of Christ because of their worldview, and they know how important it is to preserve liberty for your future. It's not just about pumping out kids, ladies and gentlemen. It's about preserving our liberty and our rights. Anyways, what do you mean? I mean, what do you think the government's for? It's to secure our rights. Now he said, we listen to their excuses, finger-pointing lies, and all manner of chicanery? I don't know what that is. He admitted there is no legal authority in a vote of no confidence, but he argued it will take back the power of discourse. What else is our nation to do now that the rule of law has effectively been thrown out of the window by the Obama administration? We are to trust our government. How are we to trust our government anymore now that lying and fraud are acceptable practices, he asked. Well, yeah, the atheistic, liberal left, the Democrats, whatever you want to call them, I call them depraved, sad, lost people, but love them. Love your enemies, you guys. Then you can change the meaning of certain words like liberty. You could change the meaning of all kinds of words, and you can just be entitled to something. I don't know how they get away with all this. I guess it's because the game's rigged. The Republicans act as if they really care, but they really don't. So it's really a Hegelian type of thing. Like there's not really, that's not the paradigm here in the United States as Democrat and Republican. The paradigm in the United States is good and evil. Let's just get that straight up real quick. Vallely believes impeachment likely wouldn't lead to conviction and doesn't solve the problem anyway. Harry Reid still controls the Senate, so like in Clinton's day, forget about a finding of guilty, he wrote. Incidentally, if Obama was found guilty and removed from office, Joe Biden would step in. Valerie Jarrett still wields all the power and likely will get more of the same. The Constitution can be amended without going through Congress, he pointed out, but it would take too much time. A luxury we just do not have we are going to save. A luxury we just do not have. If we are going to save our republic, he put it when he meant to put if. So all you guys out there that say that I can't read, some people sometimes type up things that aren't. They make little mistakes, but at least I comprehend what I read. Okay. That brings us to the other word no one wants to utter: revolution. In our opinion, this is the least palatable option. Others talk about the military taking over as we saw in Egypt again. We do not support this route, he said. Vallely listed a sampling of Obama's broken promises and lies, crediting Peter Weiner, or however you say that, at Commentary Magazine. His promise not to allow lobbyists to work in his administration, they have. His commitment to slash earmarks, he didn't. To be the most transparent presidency in history, he's not. To put an end to phony accounting, it started almost on day one and continues. And to restore trust in government is at near historic lows. His pledge to seek public financing in the general election, he didn't. To treat super PACs as a threat to democracy, he embraced them. His pledge to keep unemployment from rising above 8%, it remains above 8% for the longest stretch since the Great Depression. If you guys watch the news, the corporate dinosaur whore media, then you guys know that they lie to you all the time. Like today they said that there's all these jobs, haha. And Dow closed at record high, and jobs, and hey, we have jobs. It's a lie. That is one of the most blatant. When I read that, I get angry. I'm like, how do you lie to me that badly to my face? But it's because there's so many yuppies out there that actually think that the government is on your side, and they think that they're actually telling you the truth. Well, these people are just dopes, and they need to be informed. Because they, in an age of where we're like Rome and we're totally decadent and we think that we're all beautiful and we're all just God's gift to the earth, we need to come back to our senses, people. We need to come back to earth real quick and realize something. The Constitution was written because human nature is bad. We're all bad and we need to be checked. That's why the Constitution's there. What is a government? A government is like a, you would think, like, let's say, for example, a Jehovah's Witness would probably think, he thinks everything's a conspiracy theory, so, not a good example, but anyway, a government is really the product of our human nature. We wouldn't need people to govern us if we weren't bad on our own. We need people to govern us because we're bad. We jack people, we kill people, we rape people, All of us do this, and if it wasn't for Christ and his teachings, we wouldn't know any better. That's just the truth. It'd be like the days of the judges where we all just do whatever is right in our own eyes. His pledge to seek public financing to create 5 million new energy jobs alone. The total number of jobs created in Obama's first term was roughly 1/10 that figure. To identify all those shovel-ready jobs, Mr. Obama later chuckled that his much-hyped shovel-ready projects were not as shovel-ready as we expected. Unbelievable. To lift 2 million Americans from poverty, a record 46 million Americans are living in poverty during the Obama era. This is actually the generation of the food stamp people. This is probably the food stamp president, you know. There are more people on government programs than there are people working in our days today. But you're not going to hear that from the news because you're just supposed to just believe whatever the hell they tell you, shut the hell up, and just continue on your conveyor belt of a life that you have. I know you ain't whistling at me out there. Let's see, let's see where I left off. To identify all those shovel-ready, just read that. His promise to bring down healthcare premiums by $2,500 for the typical family they went up allows Americans to keep the healthcare coverage they currently have. Many can't. Refuse to fund abortion via the Affordable Care Act. It did. To respect religious liberties, he has violated them. And the insistent that a mandate to buy insurance enforced by financial penalties was not a tax. It is. Our religious liberties are under attack, you guys. We're at war right now. We don't need to be wielding swords and guns to be at war. We could be at war with just information. We're at war right now. We're at war because, for one thing, the government has an administration that's way out of control, and they are brainwashing you through media to just be stupid and not care about anything. When this country was built on making you realize that you were made in the image of God and that you have unalienable rights that no other man can take from you. But the government says, hey, trust me, okay? Just give me all of your security and I will give you convenience. And remember what Benjamin Franklin said? He said, if you sacrifice a little bit of liberty for a little bit of convenience, then you deserve neither because you're an idiot. Anyway, excuse me. Anyways, Obama's pledge to stop the rise of oceans. It hasn't. The remake, the world to heal the planet. Hardly. Well, let me see if I have time to read through these. I don't. So if you want to look at this article, it's probably good that you do because this guy is calling for us Americans to grow up, get in our, read a book maybe. Hey, who knows? Maybe we will start reading again and comprehending words and sentences and stuff like that again. Maybe, but we need to start somewhere. And this is a condition of the heart. You must realize, man. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, "Am I a good person?" And be honest about it. Be honest. And you guys, I do this because I want to win you over. I don't want to beat you with wisdom. I want to win you over and let you know that there are people out here that we don't bow down to the gangster mentality of being an idiot. I don't bow down to that. And I disdain it. And I make fun of people who do it. And usually they're my friends. So they know that I'm not like super, you know what I mean? I don't mean it in a hostile way. I mean it like in a, I love you, I'm just joking kind of way. So just know that for a second, that, us people that even bother with reporting this kind of stuff, we do it because we care about you guys and you're our fellow Americans. We ought to be on the same side. We need to stop dividing each other because of our beliefs and because of whatever. Dude, we're supposed to work with each other here in this country. United, we stand. Divided, we fall. God bless you. If you want to look at this, it's WND.com. And the title is General Americans Must Confront Obama's Tyranny. And it's a front page article, so just go to it. WND.com. God bless you.